mics on if your environment is really quiet, but otherwise, please mute yourself. Right now, we have way too much background sound. So go ahead and look for that mute button, especially if you have like family members in the background. There's a couple sources specific that must be kind of really loud right now. So one more time, guys, please mute that button. You don't have to keep it muted, but if you have a loud environment, you really need to mute that. I don't think I could. I think I can mute you guys myself, but that sounds kind of hard for a lot of you right now. And I can't tell where the extra sound is coming from. Oh wait, I can mute all. I'd rather not though. Okay, I'm muting all, so that's what it should sound like. Maybe you can't tell if it's coming from your house, if you're the noisy one. But I'm gonna unmute it now, and we're actually gonna start. I think. See, how does this sound if I? Okay. Now I don't know how to unmute you guys. Oh, weird. Can you all unmute yourselves? Okay, there's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can unmute ourselves.
All right, I'm gonna mute one more time, and just unmute if you actually have something to say, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys. So y'all just have homework due tomorrow. That is chapter 8, Lectiones. It says 1 through 6 here, but you guys can just do 1 through 5. A couple of you have already turned that in, so good job on that. And we're going to keep this short and sweet today. This will probably only take about 25 minutes. We're going to go through the beginning of this Laocoon myth, and we'll do that tomorrow too. We'll finish it up. And then on Thursday, we'll actually check the homework. So this Thursday meeting and the video that it produces will be really important because I'll go through the Lectiones and talk about what the quiz is like. So you'll take that quiz on Friday. I'm going to make it do Friday night, but don't wait until Friday night to do it because that sounds pretty lame. But yeah, it'll be 2 of the sentences that y'all are doing for homework. A couple more housekeeping things. I graded the quizzes. Most of those were fine, but some of them were really low, like not a C or a D, but really low. So that retake is posted under assignments, and it's technically optional. You don't have to do it, but if you got below a C, then you should definitely do it. And you might want to let me know when you've done it, if you send it to me in chat or just through the assignments.
Excuse me, Mr. Cownello.
Yep.
What time does this Zoom meeting end? Because I have like one around like 9:30ish.
Yeah, no, this will probably be over by 9. I think we'll have about 20 minutes in here. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, retake if you need to. The homework is posted as well. So the 3 tabs I use in Teams, just to be clear, I tried to show people yesterday, but I realized Teams is invisible when you're streaming from it. But I use the assignment, so you have 2 a week. Hopefully this is just for this week and next week, but we'll see. I use the files. That's where I post the videos as well as YouTube, and then I use the class notebook. Me and Shardia use that. I don't know if anybody else does. A lot of kids don't know about it. You can't access it on your phone, but there's some good stuff there. All right, so I'll be trying to do this 8:30 every morning, and we'll keep them short. But you guys can unmute at this point if your surroundings are kind of quiet, because I would love to get some feedback from some of y'all while we go through this Laocoon reading. Okay, my phone is blowing up from the chat, I guess. And my PowerPoint's a little laggy, but that's fine. So here's the chapter 7 and 8 vocabulary words. There they are. I've posted them in a couple places if you need to review that for your retake. Okay, moving on to what we're actually doing in class. Let's see. Okay. Why is it? It might be stuck. Not sure. Is anybody hearing from anybody about them not being able to get in or something? Okay, so we're going to talk about this guy, Laocoon, which is related to the Trojan War. All the slides take a while to, apparently. That's interesting. But this guy and his 2 sons, they're like apparently some of the only Trojans that aren't dumb. If you're not in the 9th grade, you're not reading Iliad. But if you are, this actually doesn't come up in the Iliad because this has to do with the Trojan horse, which is something that happens like, I don't know, a couple months after the Iliad actually ends. And now let's see. So anyway, we're going to be talking about, let's not do these sentences. Yeah. When we rush past these, these were on the handout we did last week. This was only interesting because when Ago takes this direct object, gratias, thanks, it's going to translate as gives, which is really weird. But hopefully we're getting used to Ago Agra being this really flexible verb that can mean to do or to act or to lead or to spend or to pass or apparently give. So Marcus Tolio Kickeroni there was dative. I think I only got to that one in the 9th grade class. And then this one leads us into what we're talking about today because it's about Agamemnon. And there's his verb duquette there. It's future tense because it's third conjugation.
Something happened.
What's going on?
I think this table.
I think the teacher's meeting. I don't know.
Where's Mr. Canella?
What?
Hannah Lanello, you're muted.
Y'all speaking out?
Carson.
Mr. Colorado is being. The screen is moving.
What's up, Carson?
Oh, I was muted. How long was I muted for?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It,
Did y'all hear me at all?
I don't know.
For the last
No.
minute now.
I was able to
Okay.
see it,
All right. I guess it makes sense to have technical issues. But, okay. Was I just talking to myself for 5 minutes? Anyway, I guess this is when... But, oh, maybe when I mute all, it to me as
Mr. Cat,
what?
may be excused.
Maybe it's what?
May I be excused?
I mean, I guess. Okay, we're actually going to start class now. There's like a hand raising thing that you can do. If I somehow get muted again, do that. All right, I'm going to start from the top, but that's cool. All right, we're going to translate this Laocoon myth today and in tomorrow's class too, which will also start at 8:30. It'll hopefully actually be 8:30 and not like this one started letting people in at 8 o'clock for some reason. Tomorrow or Thursday's video, we're going to check the homework that you guys turn in tomorrow night. That is chapter 8, Lectiones. It is under the assignments tab. And yeah, so you'll take a translation quiz on Friday based on 2 of the translations in the homework that you're doing for tomorrow night. But today and tomorrow's video, we'll just be going over this Laocoon. I put it in the class notebook for week 13. I hope you guys know how to use the class notebook because that files where I post the videos and assignments are like the 3 parts of MS Teams that I'm using, and chat as well, I guess. I've been posting the chapter 8 vocabulary a lot for people who need to retake that because some grades are really bad. You don't have to retake it, but if you got lower than a C, you should. That's under assignments as well. You can chat it to me or submit it through there and let me know that you did it. And yeah, we're talking about Laocoon. Yeah, I talked while I was muted about this sentence at the end of the packet from last week where Catullus here is giving thanks. So agora can be like to do or to act, to lead, to pass, or spend. But when thanks, this word that means thanks, like gratitude, is the object, it'll actually be give. So it's like the same as dodare, which is pretty weird. And Marcus Tolio Kickeroni, that's his whole name and the dative there. The first 2 parts of his name are second declension dative, and Kickeroni that's third. So that's the third declension dative right there. I think I'm just going to stay out of full screen, even though that's not visually amazing. And then this last sentence, before we get into Laocoon, is about Agamemnon leading great troops. Remember, kopios can be troops in the plural. And it's not just that he leads them, he will lead them, because duquette here is future tense third conjugation. So that E makes it future. He will lead great troops from the Greek lands. A lot of people are having trouble with X, which we shorten to just an E, to Troy, where he will future tense kill many men. And that's true. So, yeah, this is about Trojan War stuff. The story that we're reading about this guy Laocoon. He tried to warn the Trojans not to let the Trojan horse into their city walls. This is kind of interesting because this is an event that occurs after the Iliad. So in the 9th grade, some of you guys are already reading it, but eventually you will read the Iliad. And it actually ends with just like the death of an important Trojan. But after the poem is when Odysseus hatches the plan with Athena's inspiration to make the Trojan horse. And that's how the Greeks are ultimately able to defeat the Trojans up here. By that time, Hector's already dead. Spoilers. Paris dead. Aeneas is not dead, right? Because he's the one who has to get the Trojan people's lineage all the way to Italy after a bunch of Greeks bust out of this horse and kill a bunch of people. So this is a map of the Aegean Sea. This is Greece. Italy would be over here off screen. And just to sum it up, all these Greek people have gone to Troy, which is in like Turkey, to fight this 10-year-long war because of a selfish, spoiled king. So this is the reading we're doing. It is in the week 13 class notebook, and I put it in a post yesterday. All right. Also, before I get into it, there's a couple other housekeeping things. Quiz makeups, please do them if you need to. Check PowerSchool to see if you failed that quiz or not. A surprising amount of you guys did do bad on that quiz. Also, I picked up your vocab refresher sheets on the worst day possible. So if you want me to like take a picture of your refresher sheet and send it to you, I would be glad to do that because I guess they're kind of stuck with me until after Thanksgiving, which stinks, especially for a couple students who gave me like notebooks. All right, let me check in. Y'all can hear me, right? Yeah, okay,
I
good.
can't hear you.
You can't? Nope, okay.
Can't hear you.
I can hear you.
All right.
Mr. Carnella, I have a question.
What's that?
So I can't find the reading. Is it the Caput XX line one? I sound really stupid.
It should just say Laocoon. If you can't find it, it's a huge deal. I knew this would happen, and I'd rather you just kind of pay attention instead of like scrambling to print it out while this is happening. So you can just take notes, and that's fine. But it's
Sorry.
I would show you guys where it is in Teams, but I realized yesterday that when you're sharing from Teams, Teams is like invisible to the camera. Carson and a couple other kids helped me figure that out yesterday. It's really weird. All right, so yeah, just pay attention and take notes on words that we actually have. All right, Graecum Troiani Spellum Parabon. What's the subject here, anyone? I'm scared to full screen it because it got really laggy when I full screened it. Anybody?
I'm raising my hand.
Oh, well, you just need to talk, I guess. So when I'm looking at the screen like this, I can't see any of y'all. But go ahead, whoever said that. What do you think? No? All right. See, I think trying to make
Wait,
it
what? I'm the one who said that. But I don't know what you said. I didn't hear you.
I was asking for the subject. So it looks like Graecum could be a nominative plural here. So that just means Greeks.
I don't see it right now, so.
You don't.
I just see a girl named Sam.
All I see,
Yeah.
all I see is white with a red dot in the corner.
Do you see
Now
it
I see
now?
people. I see people now.
Oh man, this is laggier than I thought. I think I'm just gonna go back to Zoom tomorrow.
Yeah, you should do that.
Let's see.
Yes, please. I can't.
Hi, Mom.
Zoom
Mr.
is a lot better. Because that's
Yeah,
a lot better.
so-
than
getting kicked because
Y'all
they're
can't see my
spamming.
screen right now?
I can't see the screen share.
Yeah, there's a lot of people spamming right now.
Yeah.
Jaden.
Maybe I stopped. Oh, maybe I stopped screen sharing. Man, this is so much buggier than I thought it would be. Can y'all see
I
it now?
know.
No, I still
No.
see myself.
Mr. Cananello,
What?
people are also getting kicked because of all the spamming, and they're picking random people like me. And I'm not even typing in chat. I've typed maybe twice.
Yeah, we're telling them to stop.
Okay.
Barely
well,
even
These
started.
weird people won't stop spamming.
that's
in
not up
chat.
to me. I didn't.
Yeah, I can see screen share
Should
now.
I turn off the? This is kind of
Ow.
hilarious. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm learning a lot while this is happening.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll probably.
Very glitchy. All I see is a black, pink, and blue screen.
It's mainly Jaden's side.
You're screen
Like,
sharing
Ryan.
now, and I see like everybody, but it's
Everybody's
frozen
like
right now.
frozen.
Okay, let me see.
Hit the showing to the video. Wait, why did I do that? I
Wait.
see everybody else, but it's super glitchy.
I'm gonna.
Assistance is required.
Are you raising your hand?
All right, I'm muting all real quick. You can unmute yourself if you need to, but hold off on it. So right now, I need someone to tell me you cannot see my PowerPoint right now.
I can't.
can't see it. Okay, now I can see it.
Now you
I
can
can see it now.
I can see your screen.
I am frozen.
I'll see it, yeah. I
Okay.
can see it
You
now.
get people to stop kicking.
Can't
Yeah,
see
yeah, yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
guys, just stop spamming.
If this was less laggy, I would
Assistance is required.
like staying on their mic and stuff. But since it's so laggy, go ahead and
We're
like
sitting
turn on
next
the
to
mic
each other. You hear the
and
echo.
I require assistance.
the
What do you
translation.
need assistance for, Chris?
I am desperately in need of assistance.
Okay. Yes, people are in need of assistance. I just muted everyone again. Try to just
Jerk move. Very jerk move.
Rylan. Well, yeah, I guess it was, but you're kind of loud. Okay, let's just get through this because this is like a technological nightmare. I'll go to Zoom tomorrow. It might be the number of people. Like I do have 4 sections of this class.
No, really.
Okay. Anyway, guys,
Mean Chris.
I don't understand.
and I'm gonna mute again.
My screen. Don't. No.
I'm gonna mute again, guys. Go ahead and leave your mics off, please. If there's a button to like leave them off permanently, I would probably do that. If you can't see this, I'm really sorry. I will upload this at like 9:20ish or something. Landon Holler is requesting control. What is that?
That you get.
Okay. Anyway, so the Greeks is our subject here. Who keeps turning on the mic immediately? All right. The Greeks, the nominative plural subject. And then this is their verb, this new verb we're getting used to. A lot of you guys probably got it wrong on the vocab quiz. But it can mean to like carry out, or when the object is war, which it is here, it's going to be wage, right? That's what you do to war, according to English conventions. You wage it. So, but then we're just, what?
Is 8th grade supposed to be on too?
Yeah, yeah. And go ahead and just try to limit y'all's questions. I'm just gonna try to get through this as fast as possible. But yeah, 7, 8, and 9 are on the chat, so keep that in mind. All right, they were waging because we have this BA here that makes it imperfect. So they were waging war. That's a direct object with the Trojans. So that's just telling us like what it's just telling us the Trojan War is happening. Cum Trojanis. This is a preposition you guys don't have yet, but it just means with. I don't know why the textbook was so long to give you guys the opposite of sine here, but there it is. And then this next sentence, we do have a bunch of glossed words that we've never seen before. So I don't think we see Troiani. It means Trojan, like an adjective. Relinquo means to leave behind, like relinquish. Nox noctis is a really good third declension word that means night. And Troia is the actual like city Troy, where Troiani is Trojan. And Urbis is city like urban. But anyway, something about a great horse, okay? I didn't gloss this, but equus is horse, like equestrian. And that's just a good old second declension word. So something about a great horse, and what is lignium? I guess I didn't put that either. Ligneus is wooden. So a great wooden horse, but those look kind of like a direct object. So that's not how we would start the next sentence. Subportis. Does anybody want to try to turn on their mic and tell me what subportis should be? I probably shouldn't try, but that would be under the gates. Gates. Oh yeah. So when I tell you guys to turn on your mics, that's what happens. Let's not do that. Does someone have a Velcro or something that they're making sounds with? All right, under the gates. And then Urbis Troia. What can both of those things be? The answer would be genitive. So it's like under the gates, all of the city, all of Troy. Nocte is all by itself in the ablative, and that's kind of advanced. I think they just tell you what to do with Nocte, but that's called an ablative of time when it's a time of day, like a noun that describes a period of time, and it's in the ablative, you just add a preposition. So for night, we don't say in night or on night, we say at night, right? So this is going to be they, because we don't have a nominative. I'm not seeing it, so it looks like we're still talking about the Greeks. So we get the they from the fact our verb is third plural. So the Greeks are waging war with the Trojans, and they left behind, that's what this verb means, the direct object, which is the great wooden horse. A great wooden horse. And where did they leave it? They left it under the gates of the city of Troy at night. We kind of have this double genitive right here. That's third declension genitive. That's first declension genitive. All right. Troiani, Equum, Ibi, and Wania. We haven't seen Ibi in a long time, but that's there, right? So invenio is a verb we will get in chapter 10, but they're showing it to us early. And so it means to find. So this is like Trojans are the subject again. The Trojans find, let's just go to a present tense. It's fourth conjugation, which is what they teach you about in chapter 10, but those function just like third conjugation verbs. So they get that weird UNT for third plural instead of ENT, which would make it future. So the Trojans find a horse there. They find the horse there, under the gates of the city of Troy. And then, I guess someone's talking. Decunt just means like they say, because deco decra is to say. I forget if y'all got that this chapter. But they say the Greeks, and then what does dedico mean? It means to dedicate, go figure. The Greeks dedicate the direct object. And when you dedicate something, you dedicate it ... to a person. And so that's what Minerva is going to be there. So Minerva is the Greek equivalent of Athena. She's pretty cool. If you've read Iliad, you know that she is fighting for the Greek side a lot of the time. She really likes Odysseus and Diomedes as warriors. So since Odysseus and Diomedes are on the Greek side, that's the side Athena fights on. And that's her dative, actually. That's that first declension dative ending. It's kind of cool. All right. If something about a gift of the Greeks to the, what could temple mean? Maybe temple of the goddess. Interesting. And then Dukamos. So if this wasn't laggy at all, I would force someone to tell me over the mic what person and number Dukamos is. But I'm kind of wary of that. If you want to try, you can. But it is first person plural. And, who has the Velcro? Oh, who was that? Let me get to the bottom of the person with the Velcro. All right, so Dukamos is first plural. So we, like that's what, like if we, so we have the if coming from here, the we coming from this being first plural. And duco ducera, it's third conjugation. So this E makes it future tense, that annoying third conjugation future. So if we will lead the gift of the Greeks, is what we're seeing here. When we first see donum, we don't know if it's a subject or a direct object, but the verb ending clears that up. The verb gives us our subject, so donum will not be a subject, it'll be a direct object. If we will lead the gift of the Greeks to the temple, then what? And I should make this red. Also, what else am I leaving? Oh, yeah. So it's a condition. It's technically future tense, but it actually sounds awkward if we say if we will lead. So we're just going to say lead, even though it is technically future tense. Not ill. All right. To the temple, then what? What happens if we lead the direct object of the genitive to the accusative object of add, our new preposition that means to? Then, here's another first person plural verb. Then we will have, because that's future, we will have peace. Pacem here is direct object. We will have peace, direct object, and at first I thought they were going to say we will have a life, like that's a second direct object, but there's actually a second verb, another first person plural future. We will, and remember ago, when it takes a period of time, it'll be lead, pass, or spend. We will lead a life of good fortune, is how we're going to translate that. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All right. It's weird. It's like it's either like really loud or it's kind of quiet. Okay. People in real time are like texting me that they are having technical issues and stuff. But anyway, guys, this will be recorded and uploaded. So if you have like a friend texting you that they can't get in or something, just reassure them that. But Laocoon, so here's this guy. He shows up. Ninth graders, you'll read this in the spring. So this is recounted in the Aeneid, which is like all about Aeneas going to Italy after the Trojan War, after Troy gets sacked because of the Trojan horse. And Aeneas in like book 3 just recounts the last, like the fall of Troy, the night Troy gets like ambushed by these sneaky Greeks hiding in a horse. And it's like a really violent and crazy book. But Laocoon is part of the beginning. Because Laocoon, he's a priest of Jupiter, and anyway. So, but Laocoon, Sacerdos here is a priest. So, but Laocoon, a priest. Magni where tutis sapientiaeque. It would be very cool if someone could tell me what case could all three of those things be. Anyone?
I think it would be accusative, but it could also be
Oh, what was the second one you said, Carson?
genitive.
Yeah, I think genitive. I don't think these actually could be accusative. We know AE shows up in way too many places, and I think you guys still haven't gotten quite used to this third declension. If you know something's third declension, which some of that's just going to be you being like, well, is it a newer word? Yes, then maybe it is. They get the IS ending for genitive. So it's like wertus, wertutus, wertuti, wertutum, etc. So, but Laocoon, who was the priest, blank magni wertutus sapientia, of great virtue and wisdom, is how he would take that. With a quet, just make sapientiae compound with wertutus. All right. What does Laocoon do? He, audeo means to dare. He dares Moneri to warn the what? The direct object, the people. So yeah, this is kind of it's kind of like a boy cried wolf situation where Laocoon, for some reason, he's the only one to
Wolf.
What? Oh, okay. To think that the Trojan horse could be a trap. It seems obvious, right? Like, just to refresh you on the context, the Greeks eventually kind of give up after 10 years. They lost their best fighter, Achilles, to a dude who can't fight at all, Paris. And so they've almost given up, and this is when Odysseus with Athena is like, oh, let's make this horse. It's a trap. It's kind of a sneaky way to do it, but we'll leave it behind, and then we'll sail all of our ships off of the beach of Troy. And if they're really dumb, which they are, they'll roll it into their city, thinking it's like a tribute. Like the Greeks were like, all right, you guys win. We're leaving. Here's a nice horse we built you. But Laocoon, he's like, nah, like that's...
Mr. Cavanello,
What?
I have a question.
What's that?
At the beginning of the year, didn't you say that Paris was not Greek?
Yeah, right. So Paris, yeah,
So
I mean...
Paris wasn't Greek, then what religion did he come from?
So that's a good question. What we think of as Greece is, like what Greece technically is now, which is these two chunks of the Mediterranean, this thing we call the Peloponnesus, and the lower part of the Balkan Peninsula, which is Macedonia. But the Greek world kind of like stretched into like Asia Minor over here, and Crete definitely, and like Egypt is right down here. So yeah.
Where was Paris at the time when this happened?
He was in Troy. Like, that's where this whole battle is taking place. The Greeks came to Troy to fight them. We think of Trojans as being, in modern day terms, that's Turkey, which is also thought of as Asia Minor. So in some ways, this is the division between what we think of eventually as Europe and Asia. But at this point, it's all just kind of like Greek or Aegean or like this same kind of like Bronze Age culture. So a lot of people worship the same gods, even though they're from like different parts of the Mediterranean. But yeah, like that's Paris is in Troy with Aeneas and Hector. Hector at this point is dead. Paris is dead. Aeneas is gonna live. Most of these dudes are alive, but let's see, who dies? Actually, well, Achilles is the main one who dies. But anyway, okay, let's get back to it. So Laocoon is the only one who's not dumb. He says like, oh, this is probably a trap. So where was that? We just have a little more, and that'll be it for today.
Mr. Cavanello,
What's that?
is there a way you can make chat not go crazy? Because number one, I'm getting a billion things, and I'm also getting kicked out of the thing.
Well, yeah, so it stopped now.
Stop.
It's making my phone,
Chat.
which is something I could probably do.
I was gonna say nobody else is talking.
Welcome to 7th and 9th grader chat.
Yeah,
What are you
it'll
doing?
be chilled out in there. I can probably like turn it off somehow. Just don't. Let's just.
I know how to mute this chat.
And I will make a decision about using.
I know how to
I might
mute the
use this.
chat.
It might just be laggy because there's so many about it. All right, don't do
Guys,
that. Whoever has the Velcro or whatever that is. How do I?
I'm like frozen on everybody for some reason.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna remute everyone real quick and let's finish
Static
up.
and somebody.
Jay, let's finish it on up. So Laocoon, a priest of great virtue and wisdom, he dares to warn the people. And this is basically the end of the line for us today. So Sine Ratione Cogitatus. Who can tell me what person and number Cogitatus is? This is Laocoon actually talking here. This poor guy who's about to get eaten by snakes. He says what? What's the subject of Cogitatis? Anyone?
It would be you all.
Yeah, very good. So he's like addressing the other Trojans who are all very gullible and naive. They're like, yay, it's a cool wooden horse. That's awesome. And Laocoon's like, are y'all dumb? Like, what's going on here? This is obviously a trap. So he says, you all think sine ratione without reason, O Trojan. So that's just an ablative object of sine here. O Trojans is evocative. All right, guys, we got through it. It was only 25 minutes, and it kind of works. I'll probably try to do it tomorrow, but maybe I'll see if I can like adjust the chat settings, or you guys can come early and get all your chat energy out of the way, and then stop chatting during the class, I guess. Anyway, this is the homework.
Noah.
What's that?
If you're going to switch to Zoom, what if you don't have it?
Honestly, that's a good reason why I maybe shouldn't. I might stay on this. There's just,
I mean, it's not like super laggy. It's just a little bit.
It's also very.
It
It's
freaks
also
out
very
people
easy
full
to get
screen.
on here,
For a
so.
second, you guys were saying you couldn't see my screen, so that made me feel like it was bad. But yeah, if y'all can see my screen for most of this, I guess it's okay. So I guess I'll do it tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, what's that? What?
I can't print out the homework because my printer is offline.
Okay. So I know not everybody has printers, and printers are like half the time broken. That's just like how they are. So you can always write this out in really good handwriting and take a really clear, well lit picture of it if you're unable to print. So you guys are just doing 1 through 5 for tomorrow night. So we'll check that in Thursday's video. Tomorrow we'll finish up. So tomorrow, guys, really try to have the Laocoon printed out, because that'll help you engage a little more. And if you want to work through this second paragraph, it's a cool paragraph. It probably didn't seem exciting, that first paragraph, but like that's because Laocoon just started talking right at the end.
Mr. California.
So this is y'all's focus for the week. You're doing 1 through 5 for tomorrow night, and then we'll have a quiz. I'll pick 2 of them. I'll probably give you hints in Thursday's video as to which 2 I might pick, and you will take that on Friday. I haven't decided if we really have a class on Friday. I'll like have a meeting, but it might just be check in and make sure people know to take the quiz that day. If I could do Jeopardy over Zoom, honestly, but maybe we'll hold off till next week, like before Thanksgiving. Any questions before we are done for the day, Danny?
Bree has a question.
Oh, Danny, I think you have to click your mic on. I can tell Danny has a question.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Where do we find your attendance?
I'm not really posting attendance. Are all your teachers posting attendance?
No, I was just wondering if you were.
I don't know. Mr. Cardello, Bree has a question.
Okay, 1 second. We've been told just to mark people like present, like pretty much everyone, unless we see that someone just straight up is like blowing off a class. So that's the only time you would be marked absent, if like a day or 2 goes by and a couple or more of your teachers don't see you for sessions. So yeah, no attendance in my class, but if you're not doing so, that would be right. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah. Is there like a way to fix my entire computer slowing down?
For tomorrow, or if you have more Zooms or MS Teams today, I would just try to close everything on your computer that isn't Teams. Because yeah, it's making my MacBook work real hard. So that's gonna happen.
Wait, are you doing it on Zoom tomorrow?
I think I am gonna stay on here. If it was laggy, it's just because there's like almost 50 of us in here.
So is it going to be on like your website?
No, I'll use Teams again. I'll schedule it. Hopefully it won't start earlier than it needs to be, like it did today. But yeah, I'm gonna use Teams. What's up?
Homework? We do. Yes.
Mr.
Colin, okay, so if we did the homework yesterday, but you posted the words that we needed to use, like 2 hours after we did it, can we still turn it in, or do you want us to redo it?
You might want to look at it again, but you're probably fine. Yeah, I hope you guys have your textbook. If you don't, I'm going to send at least one student like a whole bunch of vocab sheets today.
Okay.
And
Is it going to be me?
let me know in chat if you also want. I'll at least send like a few chapters worth of vocab. Let's see. Carson, what's up?
So I'm understanding from what me and my friends were doing in chat at Teams, there were a bunch of people mixed.
Like they were doing what?
They like left the meeting or something, like a fourth lead or something. So,
A lot of people.
Yeah.
They left the meeting saying.
Yeah, so me and my friends all had been forced leave, and we were contacting through chat. So is that like glitch or lag thing? I don't know.
I guess so. I didn't know all this was going on in the chat. Well, that's why I'm recording. Load it. Yeah, for tomorrow and for all your classes, guys, like out in the chat. In some classes where it's your actual like just your class, it might be different. But for my class, this is it's like a bunch of kids from all the grades. So you definitely want to just kind of be I don't know, like keep to yourself during these sessions. So hopefully just for 2 weeks, and we'll see each other after Thanksgiving break. But any other questions before I call it today? All right. What's that? I see a question, Jaden or Bree.
God. What on the homework? What is moron mean? I can't find that in the book.
Where is?
Isn't it like love?
It's on.
Yeah,
it's
amoris is love. What?
Moron.
Moron. It's
That's
by
life.
Delay. Malum?
V-E-R-A-M.
M-A-R-A-M?
V-E-R-A-M.
D-E-A. Oh, Dearum. Oh, that's like of the goddess. That's like a genitive plural of goddess. Where is
Number
that?
2.
Number 2.
Number 2. This chapter can pour a secondary pack of Haberi.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It means true. That's true or real. And it's going with Pete there. Okay. Y'all had trouble with that adjective, veris vera verum. All right, guys. This actually ended up kind of working out. It was off to a rocky start, but I think we're good. Should I look at the chat? Does it matter? I guess not, right? Okay. I am going to call it. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time.
Bye, Mr. C.
Yeah, see ya. Bye.
What's going on? Peace. Bye.
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 Yes.
Bye, buddy.
Bye. How many people are gonna want to kill me?
It's this weird panning around from so many different people.
Let's see how long we can keep this going. We need to have one person in it at all times.
Literally just a bunch of people.
It was like literally almost the entire episode.
It really was. It was just a bunch of people saying bye.
Can you guys hear me?
What the heck?
Hi.
Why didn't he just end the thingy though?
Okay.
Well, you can end. You just left. You didn't end.
I'm hopping off, guys.
There's
I'm
no-
gonna go to my next meeting. Oh, whenever it's ready.
Hanging up.
Well, ancient literature isn't till 9:30. So
We have science. Yeah, like so, cause biology's at 9:15.
my hair is a mess.
I don't know if you can see me or not, but hey.
I can.
Hi, Piper. Hey.
I'm trying to figure out Haley Miller.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who that is.
So here's the whole thing. So
Harley.
the ancient lit meeting's at 9:30. Biology's at 9:15. But all biology is notes. I'm not joining biology.
Well, biology is, we already have the notes, don't we? Didn't we get the slides yesterday?
Yeah, and then you're supposed to print out a worksheet that you're supposed to do with it.
Yeah, I printed out the worksheet, so
And then
I did that.
so composition is not having a Zoom meeting, I don't think, and I don't know when history Zoom meeting is, nor do I know.
History Zoom meeting is the same as usual. It's on Zoom, and it's at 9:30.
Yeah, so ancient literature in 9 Piper, you're muted. Piper, you're muted.
She very clearly muted herself on purpose.
So math is at 7 a.m. or he told me whenever the link is available, but he also said that on the assignments that's when it's available. Life is confusing, honestly.
Did you say that math is at 7? Wait, what did you say for math?
No, so what I saw on the website thing, that he said that it was at 7 a.m. or whenever the link is available.
It's just like how it would be in school, like how I've been going to the Zoom. It's just like that, but it's at 11:25 as usual.
Okay.
Hey, do y'all
That's the one that stays the same.
y'all understand the DNA base pairing worksheet?
Nope.
Because it's got a bunch of like letters like A, A, C, G, T, A. C. I don't understand it.
Neither do I.
Like the printer actually failed to work, so Elaine printed out 2 of the questions, and all the others are like cut in half, and I can't make any of the others because it just destroys my mind. And yeah,
I'm just confused. I feel like he should have waited to give it to us, but I'm
Somebody-
stupid, so somebody mute Chris.
Why?
Can people mute other people?
Yeah, I can.
How? I don't understand how to do the DNA one. I think that we'd probably just have to ask him for that.
Sophia just
Probably.
texted me, how's the PE supposed to work? Scratch that. How's